Mamba mentality. The end. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get in a little deeper. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll apply some of these things to reach your greatness. Sub up to the channel for your boy. It's free. And make sure after you finish watching the video, get in that comment section because I have a question for you at the end of the video. Appreciate you. Goal driven. Having goals is common when trying to gain greatness. Long-term and short-term goals are very important. And although he isn't the first one to do it, Kobe took it much further. Not only did he have goals that he was trying to reach, but he kept upping them and adding to them while in the midst of accomplishing the ones he was currently working on at the time. Damn, that was long-winded. Let me just give you a few examples. As a kid, he watched his dad play professional ball both in the NBA and overseas. Now, most kids would just enjoy watching, but Kobe wasn't most kids. Kobe saw a bar of talent and he decided that he needed to surpass it. He decided that he would surpass it. It stated at only 10 years old, while traveling on a team bus with his father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, he looked at his father and one of his father's teammates and said, "I'm going to be better than both of you guys." And little buddy wasn't bluffing. He meant that shit with his whole 10-year-old heart. Goal 1, and from there he just kept adding goals. He wanted to be the best high school player in the nation. He wanted it so bad that while he was ranked 57 in the high school rankings, he decided that all 56 players ranked ahead of him had to be punished by him. He put them on what he called a kill list. His high school mission was to hunt down and knock down all 56 players. That was a goal added to his original goal of being better than his father and his father's teammate. Now, right now, we know that he accomplished those goals. He's one of the greatest to ever touch a basketball. Now, after he wrapped up his high school career, he decided to forego college and jump straight to the league. So the next goal was to dominate amongst men and become the best. He had a rocky start, but that only made him want it more. So now, not only did he want to be the best, he also wanted to prove that he could be the best and win. So, 18 All-Star games, 4 All-Star MVPs, 11 All-NBA first team, 2 All-NBA second team, 2 All-NBA third team, 9 All-Defensive first teams, 3 All-Defensive second teams, 2-time scoring champ, 2-time NBA MVP, 5 championship rings, and 2-time championship MVPs later. He landed in the history books. He was a damn menace. Anyways, why don't you decide if he got it done? Delusion. I heard J. Cole talk about delusion and the fact that you have to be delusional in order to reach the heights that you want. Kobe had this delusion. From the moment he told his father that he would be better than him and his teammate, when he was 10 years old, he showed this. Now, this decision was also applied to all his other goals. He believed that whatever he wanted to accomplish, he would, and that it was already written in stone. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people operate with some level of delusion, but most don't make it to where they want. This is due to the fact that they just believe that they will accomplish great things or believe that they will get to where they want to go. They don't balance the delusion. To balance the delusion, you need to put in that work. Hard work. Kobe believed he could be the best. He believed that he would accomplish everything he wanted to accomplish, but he also knew that he had to put the work in to do so. Now, as fans, we can see the amount of work Kobe put into his craft, but his peers, they witnessed it in person. Listen to the story from my personal GOAT, Iverson, on him realizing how seriously Kobe took his craft.
He took me out to eat, and I said, "What you getting ready to do?" "I'm going to the club." And he said, "I'm going to the gym." And that was him. That's what made, that greatness. That's where that greatness came from, because his work ethic.
Again, Kobe knew he would reach the heights that he wanted to, and you could tell by the way he played every game. In his very last game before retirement with no playoff chance, he still dropped 60 points. Dude wanted to be the best at all times. Insane. That delusion he had as a child turned him into one of the greatest. And without it, he may not ever even attempted to reach the heights that he reached. Now, alongside of some hard work, you have to have some level of delusion in order to reach the top. Head up. Kobe Bryant has weathered many storms. The kind that normally break people, and if not, it really slows them down on their quest to greatness. Anytime Kobe faced adversity, he chose to kick his work ethic and play into another gear. Now, as I mentioned before, when Kobe got in the league, he had a rocky start. And by rocky, I mean possible career and mental health ending start. So first, we all know Kobe was ultra competitive. He also knew how great he could be. He just thought that he put in enough work in high school for the NBA to see it immediately too. So when he entered the draft, he was most likely expecting to be drafted and then have the team immediately put the ball in his hands. That didn't happen. Not even close. As you know, or maybe not if you're a younger fan, he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets with the 13th pick.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
So coming straight out of high school and still getting drafted in the lottery is great, right? I would think so too if that was me. But on the same night he was drafted, he got traded to the Lakers. He didn't even get a chance to celebrate getting drafted before being traded. This has happened to many incoming NBA rookies. But guess what? So what? Now he plays for a team that felt out of the entire draft pool, they wanted him. So they traded to get him. They gave up assets in order to get the guy they want. Of course, that means they feel like that's their guy and they plan on starting their guy, right?
No.
He was placed on the bench while Eddie Jones started. Now, Eddie Jones was actually nice as fuck on the court, by the way. He was actually better than Kobe at that point in time. On another note, I used to beat ass with Eddie Jones and NBA Live, by the way, back when Live was the top dog for basketball games. But anyways, back to Kobe. So now this kid, who was still 17 at the time, has had 2 major reality checks. And at 17, you might not recognize that this was more likely going to be the outcome versus coming in as a high school draft pick and immediately giving the franchise on the platter. I can only think of a couple times that it's happened and only once that it worked out. Most will fold right then and there. And if they manage to stay in the NBA, it would be as a journeyman or a bench player. But not Kobe.
They were looking to move me because they really didn't have any use or need for me. I said,
they didn't have any use for you, even though they traded you for Vlade Divac.
well, I was, at the time, I was, 17 years old, and I heard that, and I was like, okay.
Even though he was traded on draft night and placed on the bench, he would still expect to see some meaningful game time, right? I mean, they traded for him without ever seeing him play in the NBA. They must know that he can help them immediately, so of course he's going to play a lot. Even if he's coming off the bench.
No.
15 and a half minutes a game is what he got. He averaged 7.6 points on 5.9 shots per game. Now, after we've seen his entire career play out, we know that those minutes and those shots were never going to satiate his basketball appetite.
But wait, there's more.
Now, this next thing may be one of the things that prevented us from seeing one of the best to ever touch a basketball. During the Western Conference semifinals, in his rookie year, Kobe did this. Ooh, that is tough to watch. Even though how his career played after that, it's still tough to watch. After this, I would assume that 100% of 18-year-old rookies that were traded on draft night, relegated to the bench, and airballing this many shots on a nationally televised game while playing for the most decorated franchise in the NBA would literally fall off the face of the earth. And Kobe will also be the reason why we'll learn a lesson on assuming. But he did feel it though. He actually said, "It was an early turning point for me in being able to deal with adversity, deal with the public scrutiny and self-doubt. At 18 years old, it was gut check time." But he wasted no time getting to work to ensure that that didn't happen again. It's stated that after landing in LA that same night, he spent all night doing shooting drills until the sun came up, and spent the rest of that offseason repeating that shooting routine every day. Now, right after this happened, he might have bowed his head for a quick second, but he picked it right up and kept going from that point on. There was also an assault case that he was dealing with from 2003 to 2005. Now, during that time, he was facing jail time, even though if you look at the evidence, you can clearly see that that was a money play and that he was innocent. I could see that as a 14-year-old kid, and as an adult now, I'm doubling down on that stance. Anyway, I don't care who you are, but facing jail time, whether you're innocent or guilty, will change your day-to-day mental health. That will then affect your performance in anything that requires you to use your brain, because a large portion of your brain is focused on the outcome of whatever case you are facing. Kobe not only was able to stay on course of greatness, he held his head high and punished everyone that he played for any and every article that talked down on his name and character, even though these players had nothing to do with it. That too was another turning point in his career in my mind, and the entire league ended up on his kill list because of it. Whatever you're going through, make sure you keep your head up no matter how hard it is. In the long run, it will pay off if you can turn that adversity into fuel. And adversity doesn't have to be extreme like what Kobe went through or anything like that. But whenever you feel like something is make or break, choose make every time. Now, these are just 3 things that I felt helped Kobe achieve greatness. I also feel like it's more than just Mamba mentality, but maybe you feel like everything I said is a part of Mamba mentality. Do me a favor and let me know in the comment section. Sub up too. It's free, fam, like I said before. Y'all be great. I'm out.